You want one hell of a statistic? I'll give you one. Zero Hedge. 30% of Americans did not make their house payment in June. That is literally 1 out of 3 did not make their housing payment. This includes people who are on unemployment, like my mother-in-law, who, I don't know, she probably made her house payment, but when I mention her, I mean like her, who's now getting $600 a week, more money than she's ever had, she said to me, in her life. Joe, I've never made $600 a week, ever. And she's like in her 60s. So that includes people who are making more money than they've ever made before in their lives, too. There's probably a lot of people, one way or the other. People are getting paid. They got their $1,200 bonus thing, you know, a little stimulus. Got our unemployment going on. Extended. We got the SBA loans. We got the PPP. You down with PPP? Yeah, you know me. Who's down with Paycheck Protection Program? Every last homie. 30% of Americans did not make their housing payment in June. A stunning 30% of Americans did not make their housing payment for June, a figure that is likely going to ripple through the housing industry in the coming months. According to a new survey by Apartment List, the rate is similar to May and shows that even though other industries are rebounding, the situation has not yet improved meaningfully in housing. These figures stood at 24% in April, 31% in May, before falling 1% to 30% in June. 1/3 of the 30% in June made a partial payment, while 2/3 of that 30% did not make any payment at all. You say it best when you make no payment at all. Isn't that a country song? No, not quite. Not those words. Missed payment rates are highest for renters, 32%. Households earning less than $25,000 per year, 40%. Adults under the age of 30, 40%. And those living in high-density urban areas, 35%. While the missed payment rate for mortgaged homeowners is just 3 percentage points lower than the renters, the survey showed. So in other words, it doesn't really matter. Despite the trend of missing payments at the beginning of the month, households have been able to play catch-up later in the month and narrow the gap by making payments in the middle of the month. This was the case in May, where the missed payments rate dropped from 31% at the beginning of the month to 11% at the end. We'll see how long people can play catch-up. Meanwhile, as the survey notes, delayed payments in 1 month are a strong indicator for coming months. 83% of those who paid on time in May did so in June. Meanwhile, only 30% of those who were late in May have made their payment in full for June. This means the data for the beginning of July is likely to be just as ugly as June. And rightfully so, there continues to be concern over eviction notices in the coming months. The survey found that over 1/3 of renters are at least somewhat concerned that they will be served an eviction notice in the coming 6 months. The number rises to 56% when polled just among those who have not yet paid their full rent for June. Recall just days ago we wrote on Zero Hedge that Americans had already skipped payments on more than 100 million loans, while at the same time job losses continue to accelerate. Quote, the number of Americans that filed new claims for unemployment benefits last week was much higher than expected, we noted. So let me go open that up real quick. Jobless claims total 1.5 million, worse than expected as economic pain persists. And that was posted June 18th. To put this into perspective, let me once again remind my readers that prior to this year, the all-time record for a single week was just 695,000. So even though more than 44 million Americans had already filed initial claims for unemployment benefits before the latest report, there were still enough people losing jobs to more than double the old record from 1982. That is just astounding. We were told that the economy would be regaining huge amounts of jobs by now, but instead job losses remain at a catastrophic level that is unlike anything that we have ever seen before in all of U.S. history. And yes, this is the Democrats' fault. The deep state's fault, as we know. And when I hear Trump, oh, we had the greatest whatever number the other day. You think I really believe that? I love Trump. I love what he's doing. But he has to say things. They have to show you these stupid numbers. Oh, look, we had the best jobs report. Blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, last week 1.5 million filed unemployment. Oh. It's not his fault. But again, perception's reality. This guy's the good guy. I want to vote for him. He fixed jobs last time. Okay, you know. Oh, his numbers are looking good right now. Well, it didn't affect me. I lost my job. But well, maybe that's some other Americans. But at least the numbers are better. Okay, that's good. I think I'll vote for him. You know, he's going to have to do what he has to do. It's what he's going to do. It's what anybody would do in the same position. It really is that simple. So, what's July going to show? How about August? And remember, only 3 months. It was April, May, and June. Your mortgage company, renters, they can't evict you. They can't hit your credit report. No. But after those 3 months, then what? So are we about to see new legislation? Oh, extend and pretend some more. We're giving you another 3 months. Renters can't be kicked out. People in the houses you can't be foreclosed on. People who own the rentals, people who own the actual mortgages, the banks, you can't hit these people's credit score. Can't kick them out. Another 3 months. Maybe that's going to happen. It'll be interesting to see. So, on that note, take care.